This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, let's talk about it. Y'all heard Jermell Charlo. He talked about illegal shots that Terence Crawford threw against Errol, the true Spence. Fight fans, they don't like to be honest with themselves. One thing I learned with fight fans is fight fans have a fundamental problem. Fight fans have a rudimental problem. Fight fans have an elemental problem. Fight fans have problems nevertheless. And the issue that fight fans have is they don't want to be honest with themselves. You know what you saw. You saw a double cheater. You saw a paid to lose type of situation. You saw a loaded and a padded glove situation. You saw basically a fighter that basically was laid down for the slaughter. Let me say it again. He was laid down for the slaughter. Because at the end of the day, if we're not being honest with ourselves, and we're not telling ourselves cardinal truths, and we're not just being straightforward, what are we doing here? Like, really, seriously, I have to ask you guys as fight fans, what are we doing here fundamentally if we can't be honest about what we see in front of us? We saw a cockamamie fight. We saw an illusion. We saw a matrix. We saw a display of two guys basically saying, you know what? We're going to go ahead and rob the bank. We're going to go ahead and make as much money as we can. And we're going to do this off of the brain full of mushing and the brainwashing of fight fans. Off of the dodo headishness of fight fans. Off of basically fight fans lacking right here. Corpus callosums right here. Cerebellums right here. Medulla oblongatus. Fight fans lacking here. We're gonna do it because at the end of the day, we don't care about y'all. We don't care about what's put and presented in front of us. We just want to watch a fight. And boxing understands this. Boxing knows this. And to be honest with you guys, it's like the house, right? It's like Vegas. The house always wins. Boxing always wins. If you guys cannot get this for what it is, and you guys don't want to accept this, I can't help you to accept it. Because what you saw in front of you was an illusion. What you saw in front of you was the matrix. More and more intel keeps coming out. When you have a professional fighter of Jermell Charlo's stature tell you, I saw all those illegal shots that Terence Crawford threw at Errol Spence.
Go ahead,
say, well, you know, he signed with Errol the True Spence. You know, he from Texas. So he gonna just say, Crawford just did whatever to win the fight. Y'all could say that. Y'all could run with that. But at the end of the day, I always digress to a professional boxer when it comes to what he sees inside the square circle. Let me say it again. I always digress to a professional fighter in terms of what he sees inside the square circle. Because what he sees inside the square circle, I can't replicate that. I can't understand that. I can't go toe to toe with that. Because he has an eye. He has a true boxing eye test that I would never have. But fight fans, they tend to go into the myriad of Rudy Poo and Plum Plum brainisms. They go into the myriad of classic Doden troglodytisms. They go into the myriad of ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoricisms. So they're going to side with Terence Crawford. They're going to side with the fact that what they saw from Terence Crawford was an actual win. But in actuality, let's be honest, it was a loss. It was a big time loss. Because at the end of the day, Errol the True Spence not winning tells you that boxing didn't get it right. See, the natural order of things is for Spence to win. When Terence Crawford wins, the world is in chaos. It's not a natural order. What you get is basically a suspended state of an infinite Sukuyumi. What that means is you get a virtual trance. What that means is you get a virtual reality. All you got to do is put on your VR goggles. You know, they had a movie, Ready Player One. That's what you're getting when Terence Crawford wins. You get a Ready Player One. Woo. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me, motherfucking well. You get a Ready Player One. You get a virtual reality. You don't get reality. Because when it's all said and done, the reality would be as simple as this. Accepting the fact that you saw a fake fight. Accepting the fact that you saw an illusion. Accepting the fact that you saw a fighter that loaded and padded his gloves. Accepting the fact that you saw a guy that basically has an active case out on him for basically tampering with gloves against David Avocado in his very last fight. Accept the fact that he's been working with Daniel Kinahan, a guy who's also been linked to Tyson Fury, an Irish crime mobster. Accept the fact that he's been working with this Irish crime mobster since September 2021. Ironically, that's the build up to Spence versus Crawford, right? It's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, Ironically, it's the build up to that. But if we're being honest with ourselves, if we're being truth-telling with ourselves, if we're being cold-hearted with ourselves, if we're being unadulterated with ourselves, if we're being cutthroat, truth-telling fashion variation with ourselves, we're going to tell ourselves fundamentally. We're going to tell ourselves from an authoritatively. We're going to tell ourselves from a credibility standpoint that what we saw was bullshit. What we saw was fuck shit. And what we saw wasn't real shit. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. Bloop. Let me rewind that real quick. Jermell Charlo is going to get hate. I know I'm going to get hate for this video. But you know what? We don't give two cows fucks. At the end of the day, if you didn't see what you saw and you want to continue to live in a suspended state, come see me after the rematch versus Spence versus Crawford. And then when you come to the conclusive state, you know I'm going to infamously say, it's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.